job is simply to say thank you to lots of people and to say who the Criminal Law Reform Network actually are. So my own name is Jonathan Rogers. I'm an academic at Cambridge University, but I'm a co-director of the network, and I'll tell you about our aims very shortly. I'm going to say lots of thanks first of all. First of all, thanks to you for all coming. Those of us in academia always find that when we organise a conference or gathering or workshop, we arrange a room, we arrange conference facilities, we arrange everything we can, and then we find that half the people we want to come want to attend online. So it's a great thing for me to actually come to an event where people are holding a drink in their hands, laughing and chatting. The serious stuff is about to come, but it's nice to meet in a lovely room, and that brings me to my second thank you, which is of course due to Gray's Inn for allowing us to have this room for the occasion. Next set of thanks relate to the authors who contributed to our report. As you'll hear from our second speaker, this report is an unusual one insofar as it finishes with a recommendation for more reform, but the content of the report features 10 different viewpoints from 10 different experts who write within the field. So anyone who's interested in the area can absolutely get to grips with it and judge our own recommendations against what the various experts have to say. Some of these authors are here today, and we thank them once more. I should thank also the other members of our committee, but that brings me to who we actually are. The Criminal Law Reform Now Network was founded in 2018. Its founder is sitting over there. It's a modest man called John Child, Professor of Criminal Law at the University of Birmingham. And he asked me to co-direct the network, and the idea was that we would examine areas of criminal law, including criminal justice more broadly, which seem to be in need of reform, but for which, for one reason or another, weren't going to be reformed anytime soon. Something which the courts don't look like they're going to be able to sort out, or something which the government isn't currently interested in legislating on. We thought we could fill a gap which would otherwise be left. And our aim is not to be a shadow law commission. We actually support the law commission and wish to help them in their own projects. But we are our own body insofar as we're not just looking at reform from the point of view of new legislation. That may seem a bit strange to say, since the report we've released today does propose exactly new legislation. But we are also looking at law reform more broadly, and when you see our next report on private prosecutions, you'll see that we have a number of law reform ideas which can be taken up by other agencies. And our idea was to come up with law reform ideas which could be acted on by anybody, judiciary, and CPS or police or other responsible bodies as the case may be. And it's a network which therefore comprises a substantial number of high-level practitioners as well as academics, and we are trying to recruit as many policymakers and people who live inside the law-making bubble as possible. And that brings me to the other members of our network. So we have the brains of the operation, Professor Child, who I've already mentioned. We have Dr. Melissa Monet, an associate professor at Leicester University, who's going to lead our fourth project on the reform of drugs. We have Dr. Laura Noslotti, who I cannot see at the moment, although she is right in front of me. If you want to join our network and haven't yet done so, please talk to Laura afterwards. Also, Laura is going to be taking photographs of us all enjoying ourselves. If you don't want a photograph of you enjoying yourself, please tell Laura, and we'll make sure it does not get published if you wish to speak with her. And also on our committee is Stephen Wooler, who many of you will know. He's a bencher here at Gray's Inn and has had an illustrious career, including being a Chief Inspector of the Crime Prosecution Service, and we owe a lot of our media contacts, as well as the room of Gray's Inn today, to his kind assistance. But there is one other who we should introduce, and I shall introduce him now. His name is Paul Jarvis, and he's a barrister at 6KBW, and those of you who read criminal appeal reports will often find that he appears in counsel in very many of them. More importantly though, he's a committee member on our side, and he led the project on deception-inducing sexual activity, and he'll be able to talk you through what we thought the main problems with the present law are and how we propose to reform them. When Paul has finished, we have another star speaker, Harriet Wistridge, who many of you will know as the co-director of the Women's Justice Association. Have I got that?
The Centre for Women's Justice.
The Centre for Women's Justice. And you may know that Harriet has represented claimants who have been victims of deception, and I will leave Harriet to say more about that later on. Harriet is independent. She is not part of the network, although we're going to try to get her to join. This means that we don't know exactly what she's going to say. So I'm as excited as much as I am anxious about that. But what we do know is that whatever Harriet says will be taken note of by very many people. She will be an authority in the area, and her views will continue to be sought if, as we hope, our proposals get taken further and are considered by the Ministry of Justice. For now, Mr. Jarvis.